My boyfriend puts more effort into video games than our relationship. That's just it. Too long didn't read. My relationship is lonely as fuck. Edit. We're both 25, live together, and have been together for almost 4 years. We don't talk too much because all he talks about is gaming, or going to the gym. And I just can't get on board. I enjoy watching gamers and playing video games too, but I make sure things are taken care of first. All my BF ever says to me is, "You doing okay? How you doing?" And I say I'm fine every time. Just fine. I can't tell him that I want him to stop and hang out with me because gaming makes him so much happier than being with me. I've tried this before and he gets mad and says I don't support his happiness. When he does hang with me, he's on his phone watching video games or bodybuilders. I talk and he doesn't listen because he's distracted. I want to start a homestead and van life, and we've come as far as buying land and starting a van build, and he was so excited. That's what he wanted to, but he would rather play games and focus on his Valorant ranking. I was sobbing yesterday telling him how lonely I am, and how no one talks to me, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then 10 minutes later he's like, "Can I go play video games?" Sad face. Like, okay, I'll just cry silently in my room, and in the shower, and while you're sleeping next to me in bed. And not one time has he caught on. What positive things are you getting out of this relationship? That's a good question and really telling that I can't answer at this moment. Talk to him. Relationships shouldn't be sad. If you aren't getting your needs met, then he needs to know that, and address it, and then fix it. If he can't acknowledge he's doing something wrong and he doesn't care how it affects you, then leave. You deserve a happy relationship. I've definitely talked to him before about this, and he always thinks I'm against him. I don't see ages or how long you have been together, but it just doesn't seem like he wants to be in a relationship. I was going to say you two aren't compatible, but all he wants to do is game. He doesn't seem to want a girlfriend in any way, shape, or form. You haven't mentioned any positives that you get from the relationship. No intimacy, no partnership in anything except purchasing the land. I would say have one more attempt at the tough conversation where you say, "Be present in this relationship or we break up." I fixed it. We're both 25, and I'm so turned off by him being unmotivated to do anything else that I don't really put out anymore. He doesn't really ask too often anymore, and when he does he's always aggressive about it and never soft, if that makes sense. Girl, I dumped my BF for this exact reason. You just have to really sit down and think, is this what I want for the rest of my life? If not, get out. He's complacent in the relationship and takes you for granted. He's never going to learn. Even if you threaten to dump him, he might shape up for a few weeks, but he'll slide back into his old self as he becomes comfortable again. Dump him. My 26F best friend, 26F, got a boyfriend and then ditched me, and it sucks. I met my best friend Ava like 3 years ago. We both had just graduated college, were new to our city, and clicked very quickly. It felt like I'd known her my whole life within months, like we were sisters. We'd spend so much time together, hang out several times a week, etc. About a year into our friendship, I got a boyfriend. I was super mindful of maintaining my friendship with Ava when this happened, because I didn't want her to feel left out, and knew she wanted a boyfriend badly. I still made time for her, especially since she'd had bad luck with dating, and every so often would cry to me about never finding love. I felt bad and always made myself available when she needed a shoulder to cry on, made sure we had girl time, and my boyfriend did a good job of making her feel included as well when we all hung out. Our relationship was pretty unchanged and we were closer than ever. Another year goes by. My boyfriend and I break up and I am absolutely heartbroken. I was a total mess. Around this time, Ava got a boyfriend. Within months, she ditched me completely. We'd make plans, and then she'd cancel them and never reschedule. She'd rarely want to do anything without her boyfriend. I wasn't crazy about the boyfriend, he was kind of weird, but he made her happy, so whatever. I could have maybe tried more with him. He was hard to talk to, but I was heartbroken and not myself. I felt like a shell of myself though going through the breakup, and was really hurt that I'd been there for my friend when she needed me, and now that the tables turned, I was all alone. Anyways, over the course of the year, our relationship deteriorated and we don't even talk anymore. I tried to reach out to her and make plans a few times, but she always flaked. She's still with her boyfriend, and I still have no one. They'll probably get married, and I still feel super bitter. I feel like I lost the two people closest to me in the course of the year. Losing a boyfriend sucks, but I'm more hurt that I was there for my friend, and she ditched me. I've made other friends in the past year, but no one I feel the same connection to as my friend. I don't know what advice I'm asking for here. I just feel wronged that my friend left me behind when I would never do the same to her. I guess now I worry I'll never find people I'm close to again, and if I do, they'll just leave me. Too long didn't read. Best friend ditched me the second she got a boyfriend and I went through breakup, and I'm still hurt. Many people seem to abandon their friendship groups when they have a romantic relationship to replace it with. It is sad. Just know that it isn't your fault and that you are not alone. Look at it in the positive. You were taught a lesson about temporary people, and you'll start to see that a lot in your adult life. But it's okay. Temporary people are there to exactly that. Be temporary. All are not meant to stay forever. So instead of dwelling on it, accept the fact you had a great time but that is now over and move on. Maybe you'll reconnect in the future. Maybe you won't. But what's done is done, so you take a deep breath and move on. Start accepting that it is what it is. You'll say that a lot in your adult years. Best of wishes. Thanks guys, reading your comments really pepped me up. 3. I don't have much advice but I can relate. Didn't lose the boyfriend part but I made a best friend, 25F-ish too, for the first time in years when I moved to a new place. Then she got a boyfriend and moved far away to be with him, leaving all her friends behind and essentially dropping all contact. It's hard and it doesn't get easier. I won't lie, it's still super hard to find new friends, especially women above 25. You can check in on her to make sure it's not the boyfriend taking away her friends, but don't be surprised when it's just her making those decisions. What I've tried to do is just remember the old times and not try so hard to rekindle things because she has outgrown me and our old friends. Remember the happy times, not the shitty times, and try and make new friends and hobbies. Be a support for her should she ever need it. My 25F boyfriend, 26M, hit on my best friend. So, I don't know where to start. I'm kind of in shock because this is the most ridiculous thing to ever happen to me. My best friend, who I've known for years and at this point is pretty much my only friend, spent the night a week ago. She does this often. We hang out a lot and the three of us are all really good friends. Now she is very curvy and has large breasts, but I don't force her to wear a bra in my home where she is like my family. I would never think of it, and as a grown man my boyfriend should respect her as a human being. Well, when she spent the night my boyfriend woke up early, snuck away to have coffee with her in the kitchen. I wake up later, join them, and everything is fine. Fast forward a week later, I'm with my friend and he drops the bombshell on me that while I was sleeping he asked her if he could see her breasts. She obviously said no. He even should have known she would have. He apparently apologized to her profusely. I confronted him and he admitted to it and that he was never planning on telling me. I've had worries that he found her attractive because of little comments here and there. I even told him how I didn't know if I wanted him here while I see her, but he reassured me over and over again only for this to happen. We've been together for 5 years. We live together. I don't even know what to do now. I just feel like I was made a fool of. His excuse? His mom has terminal cancer, but as rude as it is to say, that's in no way an excuse. I just don't know. Do I tell him to get therapy? Do we go to couples therapy? Do I just let this giant dump on my life destroy everything? TLDR, my boyfriend asked my friend to see her boobs. He asked to see her breasts. That's not even hitting on her, that's being disgusting. Dump this loser, please. He didn't hit on her. He cornered her without you there and sexually harassed her. So your issue isn't simply your betrayal. It's that he felt entitled to objectify her that way at all. It's over. hits on your best friend while you're sleeping and tries to use his sick mom as an excuse when those two things are in no way related. Disgusting. He doesn't respect you, your friend, or his own mother. You deserve better than this. Dump him! Exclamation mark. Lol, go to therapy for what? He's still going to be a disgusting pervert. My ex hit on my coworker slash friend by asking to grab her ass. She told me, I confronted him, he told me he was not acting like himself as his grandma is extremely sick and it's been messing him up. Would never happen again. This was the wake up call to get his head on straight. I was 18 with little experience in dating, and while skeptical I chose to forgive him. And like a moron, a month later my mom caught him cheating on me when she treated my brother to lunch and was seated next to my ex and his side fling at the restaurant. She confronted him, and he once again tried the sick grandma excuse. I tell you this to save you from buying the bullshit, because it is in fact bullshit. My ex's grandma was actually sick. I'm sure your dude's mom legitimately has cancer, but he didn't ask because his mom has cancer. He asked because he's a pig that was hoping your friend would be down to fuck, and then like a disgusting sack of crap he used his sick mom as an excuse. I'm sure his mom would be pleased to know her son uses her illness as an excuse to try to play grab ass with his long-term partner's best friend. He had shit intentions, and the only reason you found out about it is because your friend is a great person who was honest with you. Your boyfriend chose to hide it and likely would have tried again. Dump the fucker. Go have a girls' night with your friend. She's a keeper. He deserves to be caught in a rainstorm without an umbrella.